Recording in progress.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining the session. Thank you for your interest and curiosity. I'm getting a lot of responses in my WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's stop the chat so that we can focus on the today's session. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Vignesh. So thank you one and all. So what's a plan for our today's session? So in the last session, I hope you remember what did we discussed in the last session. We have learned how to create our own virtual machines. In the last session, we have learned how to create our own virtual machines on AWS cloud. Am I right? Isn't it? So we have learned how to create our own Windows machine on AWS cloud. In AWS data center, we have learned how to create a Windows machine, not just creating a Windows machine, we have seen how can we connect to that remote machine somewhere running in Mumbai location from your personal laptop. Not just creating the machine, you should be comfortable connecting to that machine and using the machine as per the requirement. So you can connect to the Windows machine using an application called as remote desktop connection. Agree? Isn't it? Yesterday we have seen this application called. Yesterday we have discussed about this application called as remote desktop connection. Using this remote desktop connection, we have learned how can we successfully connect it to a Windows machine. And one important point, this is very important. That's the reason I'm quickly repeating it. You can successfully connect to a machine. You can successfully connect it to a remote machine only when you're right. You can successfully connect to a machine only when port is open. You're right. Yes, port is open. So Windows machine, we have opened RDP port. I hope you remember we have seen how to create a Linux machine and how to create a Windows machine. It's a step-by-step process. We have opened the port so that you are able to successfully connect it. Okay. So this is what we have discussed in the last session. So this session, this time let's learn how can we create a Linux machine. Understanding the applications called Putty and Putty. What is Putty? What is Putty? How can we connect to that Linux machine? What is a web server? We are getting more details into the practicals. We'll learn how can we install a web package. We'll discuss more about security group. This is our plan for our today's session. Today's session is very, very important session. Okay. Before getting into today's session, let's have a quick discussion with some of the participants who have raised their hands. Obviously, we cannot discuss with all the participants. So let's randomly pick up some of the participants and let's have a discussion. Fayaz Khan, good morning. How are you doing?
Hello, sir. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you. Your question, please.
Yeah, no, my question is like if we purchase the license for the AWS for 1 year, that's for 2 rupees, as you say. While renewing.
1 minute. There's no concept of purchasing the license.
Okay, not license. I mean, when we purchase the software, the thing that you said, like if it will charge us 2 rupees.
No. 2 rupees is the amount deducted to verify whether the debit card what you have entered is correct or not. That's
okay,
not the license cost. Okay, to validate whether the debit card what you have provided is correct or not, AWS will deduct you 2 rupees to make sure that the transaction is perfectly happening on that particular debit card for testing purpose, to make sure that the debit card is valid. Okay, that's not the license cost.
Sorry. No, so will it charge automatically for the next year, or else is it, it'll disconnect
after
our
this AWS account which you create now, it will be free. It's a free tier account for a period of 1 year.
1 year. Yes. After that.
After 1 year, it will be a paid account. Okay. So it's up to you. After 1 year, what you can stop using it for us. Okay.
Okay.
And then after 1 year, you can create one more AWS account. Let's say you don't want that. You can create one more AWS account. That's not a problem.
Okay, so I can create multiple accounts and on same debit card.
Yes, you are right. On same debit card, you can go and create a new account. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So you can hear only when I start speaking, Fayaz. Okay, so I have seen it in the chat box, so don't worry. Okay, once we start, once we start the screen sharing, then you can start hearing my voice. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Nitin Gupta, how are you doing? Good morning.
Hi Sunil, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're from which location?
Noida.
Okay.
So my question was yesterday, you were talking about the security groups in AWS, right?
Yes.
So how can we define the security rights for particular user, like read write and write? So how can
You
we
have to
define?
wait. You have to wait. We'll discuss. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gautam Keshri. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, sir. Sir, I'm just asking. Actually, I'm a new joiner. That means today is my first class. So I just wanted to recover my last two class as well. So
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
no, sir. I'm right now. No, today is my first class. So that after the class, I will join the one WhatsApp group. So
Okay.
so how can we do that? Do this, sir?
Which one?
Actually, last route to recover. I
You
have
get the
to.
recordings in the group for the last two sessions, for the beginning sessions, for
Oh,
first couple of sessions.
that's good, sir. That's good. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And then later, the first few sessions you get the recordings. Later you will not get the recordings. You have to pay 999 rupees if you want all the recordings right from day one. Okay. And the live training is absolutely free, Gautam. Okay. Am I clear?
So last two recorded class
Yes,
in
last
WhatsApp
2-3
group.
classes, anyways, you get it. Okay, in the WhatsApp group.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Fine. Good morning, Azim Sheikh. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning, Sunil.
Thank you for
I'm
joining.
well. You're welcome. My question is the same as in I am attending this class for the first time.
Okay.
So just wanted to understand about the session recording.
Are you
So
in the WhatsApp group?
Not yet. So the number is 83419244. What I see on your screen.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'll share your WhatsApp group joining link in the chat box right now. Azim?
Sure. Yep.
Using that WhatsApp group joining link, you can join the WhatsApp group so that you can get the updates about this particular training batch. Okay.
Certainly.
Not
Thank
only
you.
Azim, all the participants who are not in the WhatsApp group, I'm right now sending the WhatsApp group joining link in the chat box. Please join using that WhatsApp group, and please do not join duplicate groups. I've seen some participants joining multiple groups and duplicate groups. You will not get anything advantage when you join multiple groups. So please leave. One group is enough. That is 79 group. So let me check. The group numbers 7 and 8. Fine. I have just now posted the WhatsApp group joining link, Azim, in the chat box.
Yep.
You can use that particular link and join the WhatsApp group to get the updates.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Anything more, Azim? Any technical
No.
questions? Are you there in the last session?
Not. I was not there. So that's the reason I wanted to go through the recordings first.
Okay. Thank you. You're from which location?
I'm located in Pune.
Okay. Thank you, Azim. May I know your experience?
8 years experience. I was into server support, and recently I've moved to another project where I'm into Azure administration.
Okay.
Just to have another knowledge of another cloud technology, so I'm enrolling this thing.
Okay. Thank you, Azim.
You're welcome.
Raghu Pavan. Good morning.
Hi, Sunil. Good
Hi,
to hear.
I can hear you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you, Sunil?
Yeah, doing well. Thank you. Your question.
Yeah. So yesterday you said the document which you are referring, you said you will share, right? That AWS creation thing and those things. So I just thought to reminder that it's not been shared yet.
Okay.
And one more thing, as this
1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. I'll share it immediately right now in the chat box. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute today. 9 a.m. batch. The document which helps us to create a new AWS account, is it?
Yes.
Sunil, sorry
1
to
minute,
interrupt
please. 1 minute, please. So, Raghu, could you please check and confirm in the chat box? Are you able to download the PDF file which is helping to create a new AWS account?
In chat box, it is not there. And the group which you have shared it's already full. It is showing as full.
You're not in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I'm in WhatsApp group, but when I'm trying to share to my friend who wants to join, but he's not able to join because this account is full. Group was full.
Don't worry, I'll share you one more group before end of the session. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And as this is a AWS course, right? So how we can get for DevOps? You said it. It would
We are
be
starting it soon. Okay, you get the updates in the WhatsApp group about the new DevOps batch.
Okay, in the same which we are having.
Yes, in this particular AWS batch 79, you get the updates about the next DevOps batch. Okay, Raghu?
Okay, Sunil.
Okay, are you there in the last session?
Yes, I was there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
You have created AWS account?
Yes, I already created last time. Maybe it's finished again. I need to create a new account.
Go ahead and create a new account. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Raghu.
Yeah, thank you.
Deva Reddy, good morning. By default, you will be on mute. Deva, you have to unmute and talk. I can see your hand raise. How are you doing today? Namita, good morning.
Yes, Sunil, hi, good morning.
Yes.
My question is, if we have created the machine yesterday with the configuration, if we want to increase those configuration.
Okay. So do you remember the yesterday machine what we have created is a T2 micro machine? Agree?
Yeah. Yes.
That means this machine which we have created yesterday comes with 1 GB RAM. Okay.
Yeah.
And one processor, and I think 20 GB or 30 GB of storage. Agree, isn't it? This is the configuration of the Windows machine which you have created yesterday. Let's say if you want to increase the configuration in future, you want to increase to 4 GB RAM and you want 100 GB storage. Okay, that is called as a scaling up the hardware. We'll see it in the coming classes, Namita. Okay.
Okay, and one more thing, the key that we downloaded, that PEM key, that
Yes.
will be
That's called as a key pair, and the key pair file extension is .pem. Yes, yesterday once we have completed creating the EC2 machine, it will ask you to download the key pair, isn't it, Amita? We have downloaded that, and using
so
that we have connected.
Yeah. So is it private to that server? I mean,
it's specific to that particular EC2 machine. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Clear, Namita?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anything more?
That's it.
Do you know AWS, or is the first time you're learning?
I know very basic, but I don't have any hands-on.
Okay. So what services you are aware of?
Actually, I'm working on Citrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're something very very new to AWS probably. Okay.
Yes.
You know, only a little bit of it. Okay.
Yes.
I hope you'll enjoy this training, Namita. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's it. So let's get into the agenda of today's session. In the last session, we have learned how to create a Linux, how to create a Windows machine. This session, we will be learning how to create a Linux machine. First point. Okay. And then we will experience the tools called as Putty and PuttyGen. We'll be doing that. And then we'll get into the next concept called web server. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's log into AWS. You already know how to log into AWS. The URL is aws.amazon.com. I already have an account, so I sign into my console. I log in with my email address and password. Logged into AWS Cloud. The landing page is called as Aws Management Console. Now, AWS is nothing but collection of services. On the left side, you can see a list of all the services what AWS provides, out of which we are learning the first service called as EC2. Stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It's all about creating virtual machines on AWS Cloud Platform. You already know that. So if you can see right now, I'm connected to Mumbai data center, isn't it? And I already have 3 AWS instances. Instances are nothing but the virtual machines. Okay, I already have created 3 instances. Please do not worry about these 3 instances. I'll be using these instances for a different batch. And now I am creating altogether a new instance. What's my plan is to create a Linux machine. What's my plan is to create a Linux machine. Let's proceed. We already have experienced how to create a EC2 machine in the last session. So I'll be a little bit fast because we already have experienced it tested last session. In this session, what's our plan? Let's have a pictorial understanding. So this is my AWS cloud platform. So on my AWS cloud platform, we are experiencing the concept of creating a Linux machine. Perfect. Okay. Let's proceed. Whenever you want to create a new machine, yes, we have an option of launch instances. Let's proceed creating a launch instances. Creating an AWS instance is a combination of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. Creating a new instance, we have experienced creating a new instance is a 7-step process. Let's proceed understanding each and every step. Step 1. As you can see here, select Amazon machine image. You have to select Amazon machine image. I repeat, what is Amazon machine image? In simple words, it's an operating system. When your plan is to create a new virtual machine, when you're creating a new instance, you have to select operating system. You want to create a Linux machine. If it is Linux, you want to create Red Hat Linux, you want to create SUSE Linux, you want to create Ubuntu flavor, or do you want to create altogether a Windows machine, you want to create Mac operating system. So whatever the operating system you want, you have to select here in step 1. Obviously, first step, what you need to do is to select the operating system. Amazon machine image in simple words refers to the operating system. What my plan is to create a Linux. I go with Amazon Linux. We have several options also. You can proceed with Red Hat Linux or SUSE Linux. You have different flavors. So I'm going with Amazon Linux. I'm selecting the first option. Step 2, as you can see here, instance type. You need to choose an instance type. There are a lot of instance types here. You can read this T2 nano, T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, the different types of instances. But very important observation, the only instance type which is eligible for free tier. As you can observe, the only instance which is eligible for free tier is a T2 micro instances. Yes. We have created a free tier account. Okay, so please make sure that you take free tier options. Okay, so I go with T2 micro instances. So selecting the instance type is all about defining the hardware configuration of that particular instance. So this Linux machine which I am creating is the T2 micro instance. This means this Linux machine comes with 1 GB memory. That's nothing but 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Okay, so I now know the hardware configuration of this particular Linux machine. The hardware configuration of this particular Linux machine is 1 GB RAM and 1 processor. Okay, so, and what about the hard disk? One more configuration is hard disk. Hard disk comes under step 4, that is storage. So we'll be seeing it soon. So step 1 is Amazon machine image, that is operating system. Step 2 is selecting the instance type. Okay, it comes with my instance is T2 micro. That means this Linux machine comes with 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Next. Step 3 is number of instances. How many number of instances you want to? How many Linux machines you want? You can go ahead and create 10 Linux machines in a single shot. In a single wizard, you can go ahead and create 10 instances. But my plan is to create only 1 instance. So the number of instances, take the default one, 1. Default instance, number of instances, 1. Next is storage. Storage is nothing but the hard disk. This Linux machine comes with 8 GB of storage. Okay. So now I got the complete hardware configuration of my Linux machine. So this Linux machine comes with 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU and 8 GB storage. I hope you remember when we have created Windows machine, it is giving us 30 GB of storage. So the number of storage which AWS provides you depends on the operating system. For Linux, it goes to providing 8 GB. That's more than enough for us. Okay, next. Tags is all about providing the name to the instances. I don't want to provide any tags as of now. Click on next. Security group. This is very, very important. We already have discussed this point in the last session. Security group is all about defining what port needs to be opened. When you are creating a Linux machine, if you want to successfully connect it to the Linux machine, after creating the Linux machine, obviously what you want to do from your personal laptop, After creating a Linux machine, what's your plan? Your plan is to connect to this particular Linux machine. From your personal laptop, my plan is to connect to Linux machine. So when can you successfully connect to the Linux machine? You can connect to the Linux machine only when, my dear friends, you can connect it to the Linux machine only when port is open. Isn't it? Only when port is open. Okay. For Linux, for communicating to Linux machine, we use SSH port. Yesterday, for Windows machine, we have opened RDP port. The port is different. So here for Linux machine, we have to open SSH port. Okay, we have to open SSH port. So AWS is very intelligent. It's already recommending you that you have to open SSH port. It's already open. It's just showing you, my dear friend, you're creating a Linux machine. So it has already identified that needs to open SSH port. That's fine. It's always good practice to provide a name to the security group. So security group is all about what ports to be open, but it's always good practice to provide a name to the security group. What is the advantage you get it when you name a security group? I'll explain that later. But remember, the name of the security group which I want to create is, let's say, I want to name it as SG. Any name you can write it. You can write your name with today's date 9. What is this? This is the name of the security group. I want to have maintain name and description both the same. I want to provide name to the security group. So I want to take a note of it because I want to discuss this later. I'll take a note of it. The security group name, which we have named it here, is SG9. Agree? Okay. This security group is having what port open? SSH port. I'm very clear about this. Okay. I provided a name to the security group. That's it. Click on review and launch. We are in the last step. Review the details. Make sure that you are selecting the right operating system and all those. When you click on launch, what happens, my dear friends? When you click on launch, what will happen? I hope you remember, it will ask you to download a key pair. Agree? It will ask you to download, create a new key pair. We have seen that in the last session. It will ask you to create a new key pair. I think I have created a special folder in the desktop to save my key pairs. I think the name of the folder is Sunil. This was the key pair which was downloaded yesterday, xyz.pem. So here I want to download my key pair. Key pair name can be anything. So let's experience it. Click on launch, select an existing key pair, or you can go ahead and create a new key pair. You can also select the existing key pair. So, but let's make it very clear. I go with creating a new key pair. Key pair name can be anything. Key pair name can be anything. It can be any name. So I'm naming it as with my name, Sunil, with today's date 9. This is my key pair name. Download the key pair. I want to download in my desktop. And I am downloading my key pair. So key pair downloading is very, very important. Click on launch instances. Scroll down, click on view instances. I have successfully created a Linux machine. Okay. I have successfully created a Linux machine. Okay. So this Linux machine is an Amazon Linux, comes with 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU, and this machine is created in which data center? Mumbai data center. It takes less than a minute. It just takes less than a minute for the machine to get up and running. So we have successfully created a Linux machine. I hope I'm very clear. We are done with our agenda for the first point. We have learned how to create a Linux machine. Clear? Clear about the process of creating a Linux machine. Any quick questions? Please raise your hand. Okay. Sparsh Agarwal. Sparsh Agarwal, I can see your hand raised. Yes. Yeah, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your question.
My question is, like, for every EC2 instance, do we need to download key pair again and again?
Not required. You can also choose an existing key pair. Okay. In fact, we have seen yesterday there was a key pair, right? xyz.keypair. In fact, you can use that key pair also. But for clarity purpose, as we are beginners, I have altogether completely exclusively created a new key pair. Okay, Sparsh? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything more, Sparsh?
No, thanks.
Thank you. Sachin R.
Hello, hi sir, good morning.
Good morning, Sachin. Yes.
Still, I got an answer from the previous question.
Okay, the same question, Sachin.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
One more
you
dot I
can
have.
choose an existing
Yeah.
keeper. That's how you can
Okay.
go ahead and create a new keeper. That's
Okay.
all.
Can I pom dot xyz dot pem is there in one machine. Can I open it in another machine?
First point,
If
why
it
do you
is
open it? You don't need to open it.
no, I have keeper in my one machine. Okay.
On your
If
personal
I want to
laptop.
open virtual machine in another personal machine, what I need to do?
Copy the
I can
keeper in
sign
your
in. Okay.
one
Well,
minute.
I
1 minute.
can.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Sachin. You have downloaded a keeper in your laptop.
Yes.
Agree? Now you want
Yes.
to connect to your AWS account and you want to work with that particular machine from a different laptop.
Yes.
So what you need is that particular key pair.
Yep.
Agree?
PEM. Yes.
PEM file is nothing but a key pair.
Yes.
Key pair is nothing but the file with extension.pem. Am I right, Sachin?
Yes. Yes.
So what you can do, you can copy the pen drive, key pair in your pen drive, and then you can transfer the pen drive to other laptop.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then what you need is a key pair, or you can upload that key pair to your email and download it from to your different personal laptop, and then you can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
What you need is that file. That's enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
Sachin.
Yes. Yes. It was clear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done. So we have created a Linux machine. You can see the Linux machine is up and running. Okay. What's my next plan? My next plan is I want to connect. I'm very excited. As last session, we have created a Windows machine and we have connected to Windows machine. So from my personal laptop, I want to connect to Linux machine. If you want to connect to Linux machine, we need a terminal. We need a terminal. The terminal is called, as you are right, we use Putty as a terminal. What is Putty? What is Putty? Putty is a terminal. Putty is a terminal. Using Putty, using the terminal, we'll be connecting to the Linux machines. So we have successfully created a Linux machine in Mumbai. Very good. But I am from Hyderabad. From my personal laptop, I want to connect to that particular Linux machine, which is somewhere running in Mumbai. You can do that. You can do that, no doubt. But you use a terminal called as Putty. So what is Putty? Putty is a terminal which is used to connect to the Linux machine. So first step, what you have to do, you have to download Putty in your personal laptop. Agree? You need to download Putty in your personal laptop. Downloading Putty is pretty simple. Okay. It is simple. I'll show you how can we download Putty in your personal laptops. Just search for Putty download. Okay, take the first site and then Putty download. Click here, take the first option. Mine is a 64-bit operating system. You can download the Putty. Okay. In my downloads, I download the Putty. Putty is already available. Okay. In my case, can you see here? Putty.exe file is already available. So I don't download it. It's already available in my downloads folder. I have shown you how to download Putty. Once it's an exe file, can you see here? You can see the Putty.exe file. Can you see the exe file? When you click on this exe file, automatically the Putty application will be open. So using this Putty, you will be connecting to the Linux machine. So first step, what you have to do is to download Putty.exe file, and I've shown you how to download Putty. Okay, a Putty is there in your laptop. Next point. Next point. The Putty terminal needs PPK file to connect to the Linux machines. If you want to connect to the Linux machine, Putty needs PPK file, stands for Putty private key. Putty needs what file? Putty private key. Do you have PPK file? Now what AWS provides you, whenever you're creating a Linux machine, AWS has provided a key pair. Key pair is nothing but a PEM file. You are right. So yeah, AWS has not provided PPK file. AWS has provided key pair. Key pair is nothing but a file with extension.pem. It is sunil9.pem. But Putty cannot use this particular PEM file. Putty needs what file? PPK file. Stands for Putty private key. So what you need to do, you need to convert a file with extension .pem, what AWS provides us, and you need to convert it to PPK file. Are you understanding? I hope you're very clear. I hope I'm very clear. Putty, if you want to connect to the Linux machine using Putty, if you want to connect to the Linux machine using Putty, Putty needs PPK file, stands for Putty private key. But is it AWS provides PPK file? No, AWS is providing a generic file, something like a PEM file. So what you need to do, you need to convert the PEM file to PPK file. So how can we convert? So step one, what you need to do, first convert the PEM file to PPK file. So that is possible by using an application called as PuttyGen. That is possible by using an application called PuttyGen, stands for Putty Key Generator. PuttyGen stands for Putty Key Generator. What it will generate the Putty private key, PPK file. So PuttyGen is an application. The PuttyGen is an application, so it will convert the PEM file to PPK file. So first step, what you have to do, convert PEM file to, I hope I'm very clear. First step, what you need to do, convert the PEM file to PPK file. That is possible using an application called as PuttyGen. Once the PPK file is available, step 2, you can successfully, happily connect to the Linux machine using the final terminal called as Putty, and using Putty, you'll be connecting to the Linux machine. That is second step. So first step, let's learn how can we convert the PEM file to PPK file. If you want to convert the PEM file to PPK file, you need to an application called as PuttyGen. So what you need to do, you need to download PuttyGen in your personal laptop. You need to download PuttyGen in your personal laptop. How to download PuttyGen? So as usual, go to Google, search for PuttyGen. Download. The first link, not the first link. The right link is chairp.greenend.org.uk. This is the right site. So go to this chairp.greenend.org and then install puttygen.ext 64-bit. Okay, install puttygen.exe 64-bit. I already have installed it. I'll show you. Look at this. So putties.exe is already available. Puttygen.exe is already installed. I have downloaded. Okay. Once it is downloaded, so PuttyGen, you need to click on this. It gets executed. The Putty key generator will be opened. Clear? Am I clear? I hope I'm very clear. So we will be using a Putty key generator first. Using this Putty key generator, what we'll do first, we will be converting the PEM file to PPK file. So what I'll do, I'll upload the PEM file. Okay, where is the PEM file available? It is very obvious. The PEM file is available in my desktop Sunil folder. Sunil9.pem is the PEM file, and this PEM file I'll be converting to PPK file. Look at the way I convert the PEM file to PPK file. In this Putty key generator, upload the PEM file. Upload the PEM file. So again, here we have an option load. In my desktop, the name of the folder is Sunil folder. Go for all files option, select the PEM file which you want to convert, that is sunil9.pem. Just click on OK. Just click on OK. And here we have an option called Save Private Key. Click on Save Private Key, click on Yes. And where do you want to save it? In the same desktop folder, Sunil folder. File name can be anything. I want to maintain same file name, Sunil9. File name can be anything. It can be different also. But the file extension should be .ppk file, sunil9.ppk file. Save. Now you can see here in the background, the PEM file is converted to PPK file. Got it? So Putty needs PPK file. We have successfully converted PEM file to PPK file. I'll show you one more time how to convert the PEM file to PPK file. Right now I'm deleting this PPK file. I'm repeating one more time how to convert the PEM file. So open the terminal called PuttyGen. Load the PEM file. Save private key. It can be the same name. It can be a different name. That's not a problem. I will maintain the same name, but the file extension should be PPK file. It's fine. Yes, you can see now the PEM file is converted to PPK file. Using the PEM file, I have generated the PPK file. Once that is done, so step 1 is done. We are done with converting the PEM file to PPK file. Now, step 2, now the Putty key generator is not required. Now the actual terminal, that is Putty, comes into action. I'm opening putty.exe, and then I'll be connecting. How can we connect? What are the credentials which are required? What are the details which are required to connect to the Linux machine? Yes. This is the machine which I want to connect. Agree? This is the machine which I want to connect. Click on connect. When you click on connect, you can see here, you can get username at the DNS name. Pick up this value. This is the DNS name, EC2-13. That's the DNS name. If you don't worry, if you don't know the DNS name, don't worry. I'll keep that. I'll explain the DNS name later. You need to pick up this information, user at DNS name. Not the complete SSH command. I'm only picking up the user at DNS. Okay, I just copied for your reference in the notepad. So this is the information you need to provide it. Where I should provide it? In the host name. Can you see in the Putty we have host name? So host name should be user at the rate DNS. Okay. Copy. And Putty needs what file? My dear friends, Putty needs what file? So you're right. Putty needs PPK file under SSH. Under authentication, auth stands for authentication. You should mention the private key. You have already generated the private key. Browse. Where is your private key? Putty private key is nothing but PPK file. Sunil9.ppk file. You have to clearly mention where exactly your PPK file, because Putty needs PPK file. That's it. Okay, so this is the private key. So using the private key and using the user at the DNS name, when you click on OK, it will ask you, are you sure you want to connect? Yes. You have successfully connected to the Linux machine. Hooray! Not just creating a Linux machine, you have successfully connected to the Linux machine. Let's increase the font size. Let's increase the font size for better visibility. Let's increase the font size for the better visibility. You can see now we have successfully connected to the Linux machine. You may have a question. Sunil, what is the proof that you're connected to the Linux machine? When you connect to Linux machine, you get an IP address. 172.31.46.51, isn't it? That's the IP address of the Linux machine. I'll show you. You can see this is the Linux machine. You can see the IP address also. Can you see the IP address 172.31.46.151? 172.31.46.151. Are you getting the same number? Yes, you have successfully connected to the Linux machine. You have successfully connected to the Linux machine. I'll show you one more time how to disconnect it, exit. I'll show you one more time. You will be opening a terminal called as Putty. You'll be opening a terminal called as Putty. In the host name, you need to select user at DNS. And then under SSH, under authentication, browse where exactly your PPK file is available. Yes, click on open. You will be connected. Yes, you are right. You have successfully connected to the Linux machine. Let's increase the font size. Perfect. So not just creating a Linux machine, we have successfully connected to Linux machine. So where are we standing on today's agenda? You know how to create a Linux machine. You know the importance of puttygen and Putty. Puttygen is used to generate the PPK file. Putty is the terminal which we use it for connecting to the Linux machine. Okay, clear about this? Successful. We have created a Linux machine and we also know how to connect to the Linux machine. Next part. This is the most important part. Before going into the next part, any questions, please raise your hand. Zishan, how are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, hi Sunil. Good morning.
Good morning. You're from which city?
Hyderabad, Sunil.
Yes, Zishan, your question, please.
Yes. So I have one question, Sunil. Do we need a good configuration laptop to perform all such, like a personal laptop, to perform all these things, or
to learn AWS?
Yes.
Okay. The configuration of your personal laptop does not make any difference, because I hope you have experienced the complete infrastructure what we are creating on cloud, isn't it?
Yes.
So minimum configuration 4 GB RAM is enough. Okay.
Okay. And also one more question, Sunil, because I belong from a customer service background. Okay. And all this AWS and cloud management is completely new for me.
Okay.
So how can I see the scope in it? Because like I belong from a
First
technical.
point. Are you there right from day one?
Yes.
Okay. So how is your experience in learning AWS? Are you able to understand whatever I'm saying?
Yes, it's very understandable, and I think it's very easy. Like
Okay.
as for the first two classes, I understood it very well.
You need to do day-to-day hands-on, Zishan, to make sure that the subjects what you're learning is very it retains. Okay, and you need to put little more effort because you're completely from non-IT background. You're getting into IT
Yes.
background. Okay, you need to put additional effort when compared to other participants. Okay,
Yes.
so try to understand more about terminologies. And from my end, I make sure that everything is very clear, Zishan. So you need to put more efforts.
Yes. And also, Sunil, one more thing. I worked on AWS once because like I was into a domain like a domain company wherein I used to manage the domains for for the
customers.
SEO, yeah, for the SEO customers to for their website and like just migrating their email IDs to AWS on our platform. So I did that just with the Route 53. So I just have the experience on Route 53.
Okay. That's fine, not a problem. But you are only exposed towards one service. Rest of all the services also you should be strong in. Okay. I
Sure.
also recommend you to learn one more course called DevOps on combination with AWS. It's going good in the market position.
Sure.
Stay focused and be regular and
Sure.
be hands-on is very important. Okay.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sunil. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zishan. Harshal Zope. How are you doing?
Are you am my voice audible?
You are audible, Harshal. How are you? And you're from which city?
I'm good. I'm from Pune. Sunil.
Yeah, from
how
Pune,
about?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's say this is your laptop. Okay, this is your laptop. You're opening the browser that is Google Chrome. Okay, you're opening the browser that is Google Chrome, and you're typing a website, something like icicibank.com. You want to do some internet banking, whatever it is. You are opening a site called icicibank.com. From your personal website, icicibank.com, observe what happens. When I type icicibank.com, the moment I press enter, I look at the response. I get the website. Agree? Yes. I got the web page. In fact, what is this? This is a web page. Okay, so I'm getting a web page. So when a user, end user is nothing but user like you and me who are accessing the application. If I'm opening icicibank.com, the moment I press enter, what happens? From my personal laptop, the moment I enter icicibank.com and I press enter, the request will go to, you're getting a web page. Agree? You have experience, you're getting a web page. So from where we are getting the web page, the request will go to a machine. In this one machine, there's one machine where you have all the web pages, login.html, contact us.html, mini statement.html. You have some web pages. Where the web page, do you think this web page like images, all these are available in your personal laptop? No. All these pages, all these images is not there in your personal laptop, right? So the moment I press icicibank.com, the request will go to web server. Web server is nothing special. It's also one machine. Like we have just now created Linux machine. Let's say like yesterday we have created Windows machine. That's also one machine. That's also normal computer only, which runs 24/7. Obviously, the site should not go down, right? Website should not go down. It runs 24/7. So that's nothing but a web server. So let's have an introduction about, let's have a theoretical understanding about web server, and then we'll have a discussion more about this. A web server is a program. It's a program. In other words, it's a small software. You can say it as a program. You can say it as a small software which uses HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. It uses HTTP protocol to serve the files from the web pages to the user. Who is a user? User is nothing but you and me who are accessing icicibank.com or amazon.in, or I'm opening flipkart.com. We are the end users. Okay, so whenever you are opening a site, I have flipkart.com, I get some web page. From where I'm getting the web page? From the web server. So web server is a small program which is running in a remote location somewhere in Mumbai, Delhi, wherever it can be. It will wait for the request. For our users like us, if you open iciicibank.com, the request will go to web server. In response, that web page will be delivered to that particular user. As simple as that. Web server, it will serve you. You go to a hotel, your server will come to you and they'll ask you, what do you want, isn't it? Then you order what you want. So the server will take your request and gives you the food as you ordered. In the same way, server is something like a program. My dear friend, that server is not running on your personal laptop. No, it's somewhere running in a different machine, which will take the request from the users and gives you the web pages. That's it, as simple as that. Okay, so web server is nothing but a small program. Web server is nothing but a small software, small program, which will wait for the request from the users. Okay, let's say I am opening iciicibank.com. You may be in US, you are opening iciicibank.com. One participant may be in Australia, he's also opening iciicibank.com. All of us should get the same page. Agree or not? You're right. So the request will go to web server, and in response, the web server will deliver the web pages. So as simple as that. Clear? As simple as that. Examples of web servers, that small software is called as a web server. Examples of web servers are Apache HTTP server is one example of web server. Internet Information Server by Microsoft. This is one example of web server. Nginx is one example of web server. HTTPD is an example of web server. These are all web servers. Those are small programs, very small programs, which will wait for the request. Okay, request is nothing but when you're typing iciicibank.com, that is a request. The request will go to web server, and in response, you get the web page. That's it. Clear about this? Very simple. Don't think complex. Concepts are simple. Okay, now this particular Linux machine which I just now created, isn't it, my dear friends? This particular Linux machine which I have just now created, I want to make this Linux machine as web server. I want to make this Linux machine as web server. Yes, anything you can do it. If you install web package, if you install HTTPD, if you are installing Nginx, then this particular machine becomes web server. Or in this machine, if you install Oracle, it becomes a database server. It's up to you. How do you want to use this EC2 machine? Are you understand? This is a plain Linux operating system, plain machine, nothing, no software install it. It's hardware, on top of it, operating system, simple plain Linux machine. That's all. We have not installed anything. If you install it, it behaves like that. If you install HTTPD, it behaves like a web server. If you install Oracle, it behaves like a database server. It's up to you. How do you want to use this machine? Now, I want to use this machine as a web server. I want to showcase the practical usage of how exactly web server works. Let's do hands-on. I want to make this machine, which I've just now created. I want to use that as a web server. In that case, you install the software. When you install the software, it becomes a web server. Yes, so I want to install one of these softwares. My plan is to install HTTPD. HTTPD is an example of web server. So what I want to do, I want to install HTTPD in this particular Linux machine so that it becomes a web server. And let's see how exactly we get the responses or not. Clear? Clear about this? Let's go on. Let's go on. So these are all examples of web server. You can install anything. All the web servers activities are the same. I'm going with HTTPD. HTTPD stands for HTTP daemon, is a small software program that runs in the background as a web server, that runs in a Linux operating system, behaves like it is a web server. So what this HTTPD, in fact, not only HTTPD, any web server will do the same thing. This will wait for the incoming request. When you're opening a site, www.somexyz.com, the request will be going to the web server. The daemon answers the request by serving HTTP text or multimedia documents, videos, images. So these are all multimedia documents, agree? So all these are multimedia documents. So the HTTPD will take the request. In response, it will serve the multimedia documents over the HTTP protocol. That's it. As simple as that. Now let's go ahead and I want to install that HTTPD on this particular Linux machine so that it becomes a web server. So let's go ahead. I already connected. Agree? I already have connected to the Linux machine. Agree? I already particular Linux machine. Yes. Very simple. These are the commands. So whenever you want to install the package, web server is a package. Whenever you want to install the package in Linux, it's a two-step process. It's a two-step process. First, what you need to do, you need to update the repository. You have to update the repository and install the required package. Whenever you want to install package in Linux, package is nothing but software. From now, I'll be using a term called package. When I say package, you have to understand that software. Whenever you want to install any package in Linux, whether it is a web package or it is a database package or any other third-party packages, whenever you want to install some packages in Linux, it's a two-step process, my dear friends, you need to follow. First step, what you need to do, you need to update the repository. And then once update the repository is done, then you have to install the required package.